Hey guys, and welcome to a new World of Tanks gameplay video. Today I'm playing my AMX 1390, doing my daily doubles on it. Um, grinding the crew skills. I'm about 15% away from 6 cents, which is quite necessary on this tank. It's a tank that I'm not very good with actually, and usually in tournaments I let the AMX 1390 driving up to other people. But as I'm grinding the crew, I'm training in it. I'm still trying to figure out how to properly use it, how to deal with certain situations in this tank, getting familiar with all the characteristics. That's why I'm using gold ammo even in random battles, because gold ammo just behaves completely different from normal AP, and that's I want to get familiar with that, with what it can pen and what not. Tonight has been an awful, absolutely terrible night for playing World of Tanks. Nothing but, well, basically idiots online. At least most of them. And I've been having a lot of terrible games. But let's just see how this will go on. I'm a light, and so I'm gonna go to the north. Figure that's the best thing I can do. Most tanks are going to mill, so I'm going to the north, getting maybe a quick spot up here, and trying to stop any fast enemy mediums from getting quickly up here and capturing this position. As I see this Panther and T-43 coming up here, I quickly go back a bit because I'm not gonna be able to handle those guys on my own. You see I fire on the move, which I find on anything but right, almost melee combat range is pretty dumb in an AMX 1390, because on the move it never seems to hit. Here I wait for that Panther to look the other direction quickly, and then I open up on him with my 6 shells. I take 1 hit from him, but that's worth it. Another thing you might want to know about 1390 is that the whole right flank of the hull is engine. So if you're stationary, always try to expose only your left flank to the enemy. In an ideal situation, you should only expose your turret, but if in this situation, only expose your left flank, because there are no critical modules on that side of the hull, the chassis. Another thing is because the turret is on the back, so you expose less of your tank when you're poking out, like I'm doing now. So that comes quite in handy in this position. Here I get ninja shot by that IS-6, which hurts quite a bit. Or by something else. I'm not sure if it was the IS-6, but something hit me pretty hard. That enemy -2, he went into our base, killed one of our RTs. Well, actually our Hummel, he got countered. But our their -2 is now in our base looking for our other RT. But I'm not moving. First of all, because there's 3 tanks looking at me, and if I move back they'll probably hit me, and also because there's no way, if that -2 knows what he's doing, there's no way I can get back in time to stop him from spotting our RT. So they are basically gone for already. Another thing I must say is, because of all these terrible random battles, it hasn't done my gameplay well either. It just frustrates me, and then I start drinking while playing, and then I become one of the randoms myself, if you know what I mean. And also randoms, you're used to, if you play randoms a lot, you get used to playing with morons on the team, and then if you get into an environment with good players, such as tournaments, I find that I have to adapt to that again, and it's a bit difficult. So I'm actually trying to minimize my random play for that reason, but at the same time I want to keep playing the game just to stay in shape. That dash 2 catches me off guard, and I'm still reloading. Luckily, I'm only reloading for another couple of seconds, so time enough for me to finish him off.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
I'm quickly gonna get that Centurion in the back. Here I stop behind that rock because there's an IS in front of me, and don't want to run out in the open.
Enemy vehicle
Playing a bit cautious, you know. The Centurion hasn't got his turret towards me, but I wasn't sure where the IS was at that point. I just saw a dot on the minimap, so I was playing cautiously. It's important to not to, if you're flanking someone, to make sure that you're not going to flank yourself, meaning, you know, putting yourself between two enemies. If you're flanking, you should always be in the flank of every enemy and not just the one that you're flanking, if you know what I mean. And here I am the only one left from stopping two tier 7 heavies to get into our base, and here I'm going to focus on the Tiger. Why? Simply because he's the lowest health, and I know that I can kill him with a volley, whereas the IS-3 Russian tanks have a tendency to bounce shots that they shouldn't bounce. Here I'm willing to take a hit from that Tiger. I know I can take one hit from him. The important thing is that I just DPM him, you know, just shoot the fuck out of him, get him killed. Because two tanks are more than just 1+1. Two tanks who are coordinating are so much more. And you know, that just comes down to focus fire again. It's just so important. Taking that extra gun out of the game, even though it's the smallest gun of the two. Here I have no idea where that KV-3 is gonna go. I'm sorry. Excuse me, bit of a cough. I have no idea where that KV-3 is gonna be. Is he going for a cap? Is he coming for me? I don't know, so I'm playing really cautiously because I'm one hit for pretty much everyone. And then we start getting capped, and that is the IS-3. But I'm not gonna go straight for him. I've got time enough left. I wanna see if I can get a shot on those tier 8 heavies in their backs to relieve some stress from those tier 8 heavies of ours. But I cannot get a shot, and going there would be too dangerous. If I would get killed, then there would be nobody left to reset the cap. And that's why I'm gonna reset the cap now. If I reset that cap, we win, because the enemy doesn't have anyone back in base to reset our Centurion. He's capping. Here I spot that KV-3, knowing that he spotted me as well, and that's why I'm now looking. Is he looking at me? Yep, his turret is turned toward me, and as his turret is turning away, I just see that in the last second before he gets despotted. And then when I see his turret is turning away, I start shooting him and getting some free damage on him. And he gets a really lucky shot at me. I mean, he doesn't even aim. He just turns his turret and shoot, which anyone who's played Russian tanks, especially high tier Russian tanks, the aiming time is absolutely terrible. Their accuracy is awful. I mean, that was a 1 in 50 shot that he made on me. I figured I could get at least one more shot off on him before he would be able to, you know, comfortably hit me, but apparently not. That was just a really lucky shot that he got off. But it doesn't matter, it's a win. 4.5k damage. Really close battle. It was a good battle for me. Pretty much the only good battle I've had in these last 2 months basically. I went to my mom's house to, do some work around the house for her, help her out. And I figured, when I get back, uh, I'd be, if I had a break, things will be better when I get back to World of Tanks. But I was mistaken. It's still the same shit. It's nothing but idiots online, and it's absolutely terrible. But I still like the game. It's just the players, you know what I mean. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.